Most property managers think ChatGPT is just for writing blogs or asking it questions. But if you give it your own data, it can actually help you reduce your owner churn. It can help you increase the profitability of different properties. It can help you reduce vacancies, and it can even make your team more efficient. So in today's video, I'm going to show you 10 ways to use ChatGPT to improve your property management company that you probably aren't already doing. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. Now, the first tip is use ChatGPT to evaluate tenant turnover patterns. Naturally, tenant turnover drives vacancy. If you upload your move in and move out data, ChatGPT can highlight seasonal trends so you can staff up and prepare for busy leasing months instead of reacting after the fact. So in order to do this, the prompt you would want to use is something along the lines of, here's our tenant move in and move out data for the last 4 years. Identify seasonal trends and recommend ways to reduce vacancy during high tenant turnover months. The next way to use ChatGPT is summarize maintenance logs for efficiency gaps. So maintenance requests can eat up time and money. We all know that. ChatGPT can go through your logs, point out the most common issues, show you where you're slowest to respond, and suggest fixes. So that means less time wasted and fewer repeat requests. In order to do this, you would use a prompt something along the lines of analyze this maintenance request log, identify the top recurring issues, the average resolution time, and suggest steps to speed up service and reduce repeat problems. So this would allow you to be more efficient with your maintenance and save you money in the long run. Now, the third tip has to do with analyzing owner acquisition and churn trends. So if you've been tracking how many owners you've gained and lost for each month over the last several years, ChatGPT can help you analyze exactly which months you grow the fastest, which months you're most likely to lose owners, and then that means that you know when to double down on growth and when to really focus in on retention. If you know that you lose the most owners in the month of August, then you should be focusing on retention leading up to that point. So maybe for June and July, you get really proactive with reaching out to existing owners to try and reduce the amount of owners that you're going to eventually lose in August. A prompt that you would use for this is something along the lines of analyze a spreadsheet of owners gained and lost each month for the last 3-4 years, and then identify the months with the highest growth and the highest churn and suggest strategies to reduce churn in those months. Now, in order to make this super clear, I'll walk you through an example so you can see what I'm talking about when I mention uploading the data to ChatGPT. So in order to show you this, I'm going to share my screen with you so that you have a clear understanding and can do the same for your own company. So I'm in ChatGPT, and this is the prompt I just mentioned. Analyze a spreadsheet of owners gained and lost each month for the last 3 years for my property management company. What I went ahead and did is just made an example of owner churn, and these numbers are basically I made for 3 years owner churn over that period. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this spreadsheet to ChatGPT and have it analyze this. So now it's going to take a second. It's going to analyze the data, and then it's going to come back and it's going to show me which months am I most likely to lose owners, which months am I most likely to gain new owners, and what are some things I can do to reduce owner churn and things I can do to increase the amount of owners that I bring on. So let's give it a second so that it can load up. And now we can see it. So it's giving us the months with the highest churn. It's giving us basically observations. So in terms of seasonality of churn, so it's saying July, September shows repeated high churn. It's giving strategies to reduce churn in high risk months. And then you can continue to ask it questions to try and do even more with that data. So this is what I'm talking about when I say upload your data to ChatGPT to help improve the overall performance of your property management company. Now, on that note, if you are looking to bring on more rental property owners and grow your property management company, I'm just going to take a second to let you know about Upkeep Media. At Upkeep Media, we specialize in helping property management companies grow their business. If you're interested in finding out more information, we offer a free property management lead generation session to anyone who signs up. Just visit our website at upkeepmedia.com/growth, fill out the form on that page, and book a time to speak. At that time, a member of our team will reach out to you and they'll walk you through a detailed analysis of what are some things you could be doing at the moment to increase the lead flow for your property management company. We'll show you what some of your competitors are doing to bring on new owner leads for their business. And then we'll give you recommendations that you walk away with that you can implement to help grow your property management company. This is all completely free. It's really a way for us to provide value and show you that when it comes to marketing a property management company, we understand the subject, and no matter what, we want you to walk away with some ideas to help grow your business. So just visit upkeepmedia.com/growth, fill out the form on that page, and we'll speak soon. So now let's get back to the fourth tip. The fourth tip is create owner onboarding email sequences. A strong onboarding process helps keep new owners from second guessing, from basically getting buyer's remorse. Give ChatGPT your process, and it'll then help you write out warm welcome emails so that when an owner is onboarded, it helps set the expectations and build trust from day one. It shows them that when it comes to operating your business, you guys are very efficient and you are on point. So a prompt you would use for this in ChatGPT is something along the lines of like, help me write a 5 email onboarding sequence for my property management company geared towards new property owners that sign up to use our property management services. In there, explain our timelines, processes, how to contact us, while building trust in our company. That would be something you would upload to ChatGPT, and then from there, you'll have owner onboarding email sequences you can use to help improve the overall onboarding experience for your property owners. The fifth tip is get help generating lease violation communication templates. So lease violations are obviously tricky. You need to be firm, but at the same time, you don't want to be too confrontational. So what you can do is upload a few of your old notices, and ChatGPT will rewrite them in a way that's clear, professional, and consistent. So something you would want to prompt ChatGPT with would be something along the lines of, here are 3 past lease violation letters. Rewrite them so they are professional, easy to understand, and consistent in tone without sounding too confrontational. Now, the sixth tip is create job descriptions and interview questions from past hiring data. So we obviously have all had that employee that's amazing, and you want to try to get more of them. And you're like, how do I find people like this? Well, as we know, your people can make or break your business. And ultimately, if you share the details about your best and worst past employees with ChatGPT, it can help you write job postings and come up with interview questions that are going to help you attract more of your ideal candidate and weed out those people that, let's say, weren't as good of a fit. So a prompt you would want to use for ChatGPT would be something along the lines of, here are descriptions of our best and worst employees from the last 5 years. So here are descriptions of our best and worst leasing agents for the last 5 years. Help me write a job posting and come up with 10 interview questions to attract candidates similar to our top performers. That should help you get a better hiring process and better job description, better interview questions to attract more of candidates that are similar to your best performing employees. Now, the seventh tip has to do with helping you summarize tenant applications so that you can review them quickly. Applications can obviously be long. Instead of combing through every single detail, drop them into ChatGPT and get a clean summary that highlights red flags, any missing information from their application. Basically, it'll help you save time and make decisions quicker. So a prompt that you can use is something along the lines of, summarize this rental application in bullet points, highlight any missing information, and flag potential concerns that we should review before approving the tenant. So eighth tip, use staff training role plays. So what you can do is use ChatGPT to role play tough conversations that you can use for training purposes. So for example, you can have it act like a frustrated tenant who's late on rent, so your leasing agents can practice responses before it happens in real time. Prompt for this would be, role play as a frustrated tenant who's late on rent. Let me practice responding as a property manager and critique my answers. So you can have your staff do this, and then that will be a good way to train them before they ever have to deal with an actual issue that happens in the real world. So tip number 9 is turn your meeting notes into action plans. We've all been in meetings that take an hour. We talk about a ton of things and then nothing actually gets implemented. Don't let meeting notes collect dust. Take those meeting notes, paste them into ChatGPT, and then ask them to turn it into an action plan. And then from there, you can assign who's responsible for each item of that action plan. This way, things actually get done rather than a meeting ends, you have a ton of great ideas, and then nothing actually gets executed. So a prompt for this would be something along the lines of, summarize these meeting notes into clear action plan with bullet points, deadlines, and the person responsible for each task. Now, the 10th and final tip I have for today is create owner report summaries from financial data. So owners don't always understand the reports that you send them. They might have an owner portal. It doesn't mean that they properly understand it. So what you want to do is take the raw report and paste it into ChatGPT, and then ask it to translate this into simple to understand English, basically highlighting wins, concerns, and next steps. This way, you can take that and send it to your owners along with the report. Helps make you look more professional and will naturally keep owners happier because they actually understand the reports that they're being sent. So a prompt you can use for this would be something along the lines of summarize this monthly property performance report into two short paragraphs. This way the owner can understand the key wins, concerns, and any action items. You take that, put into ChatGPT along with the monthly performance report, and you'll have a very easy and concise way to explain to the owner what's been going on with their rental property. So there you have it, 10 ways that you can use ChatGPT to improve the overall performance of your property management company. Hopefully you gain some value from this. If there are any other prompts that I didn't talk about, please leave it in the comments so that other people can see how you're using ChatGPT to improve your property management company's performance. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe, give it a like, and leave a comment. How are you using ChatGPT in your property management company? What are you doing that maybe I didn't mention? Would love to hear from you. Would love to know how you're using this, and I'll see you in the next video.